But did you know that Jupiter at night is lively for an internet audience?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Jupiter at Night. My name is Chris.
And I am Alan.
Hey there, Alan. Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, you know, you had a kid, I had a cold.
Yeah.
Just didn't work out.
I know, right? Especially those two combos. But you joined me tonight for a fun episode because we're going to talk about snows.
Oh, before we do, Mars Base, thank you very much for our intro.
Yes, that was great. That was our first viewer-submitted intro.
Now, Chris, say I'm another viewer and I want to send in an intro that I do myself.
Sure,
because,
Alan.
You know.
Why wouldn't you? Well,
Why not?
You could do it how Mars Base did it, and we'll see how that works. You could Skype us at Jupiter Broadcasting and leave a voicemail.
Very nice.
That would do it. And then you could probably always just do like an MP3 or something and send it in too, but it seems like Skype might be the easiest way.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight we're talking about snow, and we've been inspired because here was the inspiration. A lot of the folks in the IRC chat room are snowed in right now.
Right. I mean, it's going on pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. And so we thought, let's talk about snow. It's happened here recently. We just got slammed with it. I thought we could go back and tell a few good snow stories. And we've had some of the chat room folks send in some of their favorite snow pictures.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah. So let's jump into it here now. I've got a video one. I think we'll start strong here. Chris Aladdin in the IRC chat room sends in the video of the snow that just like dumped in one afternoon at his place.
And this is in England.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, a couple of weekends ago,
I didn't even know it snowed there. Go figure.
A couple of weekends ago, it just dumped like that here. In fact, that's why Brian couldn't make it to co-host the Linux Action Show. And so we've had this thing just happen recently where it was just all of a sudden overnight, within a few hours, just tons of snow.
Yeah, it just happened out of nowhere. It had been flooding, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh man, it might blizzard in tonight.
Yeah.
But then it melted in the morning, so it was kind of lame.
Yeah, it did peter out pretty quick.
Yeah, but it was that night. It was crazy.
Yeah. Now, East Coast girl who is in
the East Coast.
Yeah, she says in these pictures of like the snow pile on the side of the road. You know how you get that rock like snow?
Oh yeah, it's just ice. And that stuff lasts forever because it's so packed hard.
It's like layers of it's like snow with the sand in it. And then it sits there, and then they combine to another pass and pile on top of that, and it just like freezes in layers.
So it's like when you're at the restaurant and you have ice. Don't do this if you are at a restaurant because it's annoying. But you have ice, then you sprinkle salt, and then you melt the other ice, and it actually melts and freezes again. It's like that. It gets even harder, and you can do a tower of ice.
What do people do?
Well, it just makes a big watery, salty mess.
In their cup?
Like for people, no, like on the table or on the tray or whatever.
People do that?
What?
Dick!
I cleaned it up though. I did clean it up.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, you know, and it freezes and stuff. So it's just like that, but on a way crazier, taller level.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I don't remember. So chat room, shout out. I know this. Mars Base sent this one, and that was she's the one that did our intro today. She sent this in from her place. It looks like kind of awesome.
Looks a few feet, maybe.
Yeah, and I don't know who claims this one, but I love the snowed-in trees. That's pretty cool.
That's always what I love. Is like that's what I love about the snow. Is just walking around, looking at everything looks cooler and
it always
different.
Seems brighter.
Yeah, well, it is.
It is brighter. Yeah, I know. But okay, have you ever had it gone bad on you, like cause a power outage, things like that, where it's been?
Yeah,
because you know how it can turn from the snow is awesome to holy crap, I am so effing sick of it. As
soon as you have to drive without four-wheel drive, that's when it. Because last year, or a couple years ago, when we had the crazy ass snow, I had a four-wheel drive, so it was like, oh, this is awesome. You're stuck in the ditch, haha, sucker. And now I'm in my small little Hyundai, and I was almost in the ditch, so it was nice.
I really like this one sent in by Rotten Corpse in the chat room.
Did he do that?
I don't think so. If he did, we gotta like
give him a prize or something.
There's got to be some sort of contest we could enter him into.
That is awesome. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chris Alden in the chat room says that snow's awesome until you run out of food.
Right, especially because a lot of times then the stores close down too. I mean, I remember snow, like I could get out, but then the stores were closed because none of the employees could get out, and they're like, sorry, we can't run the store. And it's like, well, now what the hell do I do? You
know what always ends up happening to me, going back to you mentioning the four-wheel drive thing? I'm always the guy that has to drive the family around.
Yep.
Because I've got the four-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst thing. You're always responsible in the snow, having like a truck, and if anyone moves, you're the one they're gonna call.
You know what else I get stuck with is because it always happens around the holidays, like Christmas, and we always get like snow in November around Thanksgiving. When family elects to come over to my house, but doesn't want to drive up my hill.
It is a pretty wicked hill.
It is a wicked
Especially
hill.
if it was icy. And,
yeah, I know.
But yeah, then you got to start hauling everyone back and forth.
Those are those short runs back and forth.
And that's just annoying.
Exactly. It's like, just stay home.
Yeah.
Just stay home.
Or walk up.
Well, it is a big hill.
I guess if they're old. Like the grandparents, they're the only ones. It's like,
totally.
grandma, grandpa, sure.
I don't even want them driving
want.
in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one of the reasons we wanted to do this show tonight is because we wanted to hear your snow stories. Because my thought is now we're getting some in real time from the chat room, which is of course always the epic. But when we have snow next time, I want to do a snow episode, show pictures, and then feature some of these people's stories.
I know, because really quick, last time it snowed, Justin and I went sledding, and it was awesome. We went to the golf course. It was tons of fun, and so we should have taken pictures, because then we could have been showing it here.
Totally.
Being stupid and playing in the snow.
I have a funny snow story that I do have photographic evidence of somewhere, but I have no idea. It's sort of like Rotten Corpse's picture. But before we go on, I like Jintu in the chat room. His picture here is a kind of a cool. I mean, look, it's just like it dumps in his house. That's his backyard there, I think.
Yeah, see, and it just looks totally different. As soon as that melted, it's going to look shitty.
So speaking of my hills, right?
Yes.
And I didn't always have a 4-wheel drive vehicle. And before I had a 4-wheel drive vehicle, I had a policy of I just didn't drive down the hills because my car wouldn't get back up them, and then I'd be stuck. So we get a lot of snow here one day, and I ride into my boss and I say, "Hey, boss, I got snowed in." Now, mind you, my job, I can work almost completely remotely. So it's really not that big of a deal if I can't leave. It's people just like to see my face. So, I mean,
we all do. We know.
Right.
We know.
Hi. So I email, "Hey, boss, I can't make it in today. Snowed in."
Yeah.
He writes back, "Yeah, sure, whatever. If you just want to be lazy and take a day off, just say I'm being lazy. Thanks." Right? And I'm like, come on.
What a dick.
Because, where he lived, 20 miles south, there wasn't any snow. So, of course, if there's no snow at his house, there couldn't be snow anywhere else. So I walk out into my front yard, take my cell phone, I put it, put it in my pocket, and I go out there and I write, "F you." And I take a picture of it and I send it to him.
Did you end up quitting?
No. Well, years later, but yeah.
Oh, that didn't get you in trouble?
Well,
what did he say?
Come on, he was pretty rude. I thought I was just...
But what did he say? That's insubordination. He's got to kick your ass a little bit.
The problem is...
He had no balls?
The key is to be invaluable. Then you can just be a jerk. No,
that is true.
I was just like... I felt really insulted that he was like, "Oh, if you want to just be lazy." I'm like, dude, what's up? Here's a picture. I
had a similar experience where it was just like I had never been sick, never called in once, worked there like a year and a half, and finally it's like, "Hey, I'm throwing up. I'm puking."
Totally know what you mean.
If you can't find anyone, I'll come in, but I am puking.
Yep.
And they're like, "Well, I guess."
Yeah.
You really can't make it. It's like, screw off. Like, no, I can't. Click.
Well, it's going to happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Now,
whatever.
I'm going to throw a link in the chat room because I just don't want to sit here and read through all of these.
Come on, Chris, read to us.
Well, I'll pick one for you. They called it the Great Blizzard of March 12th, 1888 in New York, New York. And I got a picture over here. Now, for you audio folks, I apologize, but they had to lay down, there's so much snow, they had to lay down tracks, and then they used first horses, and then they got a train to go finally after they dug out a train. And here, I'll show you a picture of it too.
Oh, wow.
So they're digging out this train because it's been completely covered in snow. At first, I didn't even know that was a train. Just like they were digging out something. I know, right? And then it's like, wow, that's how much snow they got. And that's in New York, New York. Than the train. That's in New York, New York too. Wow. Yeah. So that's 1888.
And people are complaining about this. Like, come on, look at these people. Are you kidding me? They're old. Their heaters probably didn't even work. They had to wear furs. I'll put the rest in the show notes. I just want to cover one more because it's also like kind of epic in a sense. This is taken on March 18th, 1888, which is right next to the other one. Remember, this is that really big one we just talked about. And this is great because, again, this is 1888, but also they kind of were left with little means. Right. They were able to convert their horse and buggies into horse and sleds. Nice. And they had the horses
Horses were the taxi service that pulled them around New York.
Dude, I wonder if the sleds like slammed into the horses when they slowed down, or if they just like had to gradually stop.
If you look at the front of the horse, they have this bar across, and there's a bar. It looks like maybe it goes either between the horse's legs, so that's probably like a wood. Yeah,
okay.
I would hope. Otherwise, those horses. Of course, the horse could still slide.
Of course.
Nice. All right, everyone. Well, share with us your epic snow tales.
Really quick.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all about the global warming and One Earth, whatever, but that's in March.
1888, though.
But still, that's like 2 months away, and we never get snow like that in March.
Oh, well, I don't feel like we get snow like we used to get in the 90s.
That's what I wanted to say. I really felt like we haven't had... I remember sledding in my backyard, and I haven't done that.
We get snow here in Washington for 2 days at a time.
If that.
And I remember there would be a week of time where we would go up to the spot where we had this massive hill, and it'd be like the sledding spot for like a week at a time.
Yeah, seriously. You could go there, because like school would be canceled for a whole week.
We used to get so much snow that it would knock the power out and stuff like that. Yeah, I know. It's just... now it's like literally that one big snow dump we just got a couple weekends ago was gone.
Night.
Yeah.
It was gone in the morning.
Yeah. And it was too bad too, because they said with El Nino it was supposed to be a really snow crazy.
At least you guys get a sled.
Then, but you know, the whole inspiration for this whole episode was the chat room, because I know a lot of folks are just like totally sick of it. Just totally,
yeah.
We have a lot of viewers in Boston, and I think there's a lot of snow there, and we have a lot of viewers, just a lot of viewers on the East Coast. And there's a lot on the East Coast, and I think a lot over there are just totally slammed. They're sick of it. And I said, send it over here.
Good for us, though, because they're stuck inside, so listen to us. Go to Jupiter Broadcast, and you got so much time on your hands.
If you're over there, send us your photos. We want to see photos and pictures and stuff, because if we get a bunch of snow, we want to get all in the spirit with you guys. But if nothing else, we have something to at least look at and be envious, right?
Yeah.
So put them in the comments or something like that. And
go sledding and take awesome sledding pictures. Absolutely. Try not to hurt yourself, but if it happens, get video. And we will show it, and it'll be great.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks so much for watching tonight's episode of Jupiter at Night, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow night.